Good morning, Sir Ramlee and my fellow friends. My name is Nurul Adila binti Harun. I'm 16 years old. I would like to talk about hunger and poverty. How should we curb these maladies? We often hear about people's desires to solve world hunger. World hunger is a terrible symptom of world poverty. If efforts are only directed at providing food or improving food productions or distributions, then the structural roots cause the great hunger, poverty and dependency will still remain. There are many interrelated issues causing hunger, which are related to economies and other factors that cause poverty. They include less right and ownership, divisions of land use to non-productive use, increasing emphasis on export-oriented agriculture, inefficient agriculture practices, war farming, drought, overfishing, poor crops yield. These sections include some of these issues. Solving world hunger in the conventional sense of growing more food will not tackle poverty that leads to hunger in the first place. Further, there is a risk of continuing the poverty and dependency without realizing it, because the act of attempting to provide more food can appear so altruistic in motive. To solve world hunger in the long run, poverty alleviation is required. The food scarcity part of the argument in the population's debate is an interesting one. People are hungry not because the population is growing so fast that food is becoming scarce, but because people cannot afford it. Food may be scarce, but is it international trade, economist policies, and the control of lands that have led to immense poverty and hunger, and therefore less access to food, not food scarcity due to overpopulations. These issues explore topics ranging from the global food crisis of 2008 to issues of food aid, world hunger, food dumping, and wasteful agriculture. Food and agriculture goes to the heart of our civilization. Religions, cultures, and even modern civilizations have food and agriculture at their core. For an issue that goes to the herd community, it also has its ugly side. Food aid, when not for emergency relief, can actually be very destructive on the economy of the recipient nations and contribute to more hunger and poverty in the long term. Free subsidies or cheap food below market price undercut local farmers who cannot compete and are driven out of jobs and into poverty, further slanting the market share of the larger produce such as those from the US and Europe. Many poor nations are dependent on farming, and so such food aid amounts to food dumping. In the past few decades, more powerful nations have used this as a forest policy tool for dominance rather than for real aid. Poverty is the state for the majority of the world people and nations. Such causes of poverty and inequalities are no doubt real, but deeper and more global causes of poverty are often less discussed. Thank you.